she asked. I'm not an idiot. That's way too... That wasn't what I asked. Ine cut in. Bardock stared at her. Eventually. Yeah, probably. I'm planning on getting strong enough to blow that bastard out of the sky. Yeah, that's what I thought. Well, since when does any Saiyan get stronger alone? Ine asked, Bardock raising his eyebrow. You've always had trading partners, squad mates, a crew, Jarrell? I think maybe we, this family of survivors, could be that crew. Let's explore this place, get stronger together. Bardock sat quietly, his face stoic. It wasn't like he hadn't thought of training with his family before, but the only kid who was old enough to train wasn't even his, and the kid who was his was probably lost in space. Though he had a feeling like Ine wasn't thinking of traditional training, but it wasn't like he had anything else better to do. Fine. It could have gone better. It could have gone a lot better. That's what Raditz thought as he panted, running away from the station's glorified security. He had never been so humiliated, running away from people that he could send into the ground easily. They weren't even lanterns, they were Nova Corps, and not even the bastards with powerful helmets, the most standard tech that he had ever seen. At the very least, he was able to use his real speed to get away from them. That at least wouldn't draw attention from anybody too high up. But there were so many of these morons that he was still running into them every second. At this rate, he was never going to make it back to his ship. He finally stopped when they had somehow managed to corner him, surrounding him in a wall of soldiers. He put his fists up. He wasn't going to give back the equipment, it was the only way to get off this stupid skull. So he'd have to fight. Which would have not only ended up with the Lantern Corps noticing him, but if things went especially bad, there was a chance that Frieza might find out that he was alive. Which, of course, meant the Ginyu Force at best, and the Viltrumites at worst. There was no better option here, so he just had to make do. Hey, you tools! Raditz glanced up. A boy's voice. He managed to catch a glimpse of him through the crowd, some brat in a red jacket and light sandy brown hair. Around Raditz's age, and he looked enough like him that for a moment he thought the kid could be a Saiyan. The hair color, though, made that impossible. So, maybe a Kryptonian had survived the planet's destruction? The boy lifted what appeared to be some kind of gun from his side. It glowed, blasting what Raditz had expected to be energy beams, but instead it was solid rock. Liquid rock, actually, that solidified the second it was where the boy wanted it to be.